Today we're going to be talking about World War II. This war started in 1939. This war started because Hitler took Austria and Czechoslovakia and countries got mad. The invasion of China was the first event. It wasn't really during the war. It had World War in 1937 though. They invaded because they needed natural resources and more land because they're such a small country. The result of this was it stirred up hatred towards Japan. People stopped liking Japan. The invasion of Poland happened September 1st, 1939. It started World War II. The Battle of Britain was the third event that happened during World War II. It happened July 1940. Hitler wanted to take over basically the whole European theater. London was bombed by the Luftwaffe. That's a bunch of planes and helicopters, and it inflicted heavy loss. A lot of people died. Battle of Pearl Harbor was the fourth event that happened. It happened December 7, 1941. The Japanese planned to invade Malaya and the Dutch East Indies. They wanted to knock out the U.S. Pacific Fleet. That's our planes. That's basically the United States planes. They wanted to keep the U.S. neutral. They didn't want us to have anything to do with the war. And Pearl Harbor was bombed by 353 airplanes. A lot of people was killed. The Doolittle Raid was the fifth event that happened during the U.S. during the World War II. It happened April 18, 1942. The U.S. had just had planned to attack by Japan 5 months ago. And I got more to tell you about that. I'll tell you more about that later. Okay, so we move on to our sixth event of World War II. The Battle of Stalingrad. Summer of 1942 is when this happened. Germany invaded the Soviet Union again. Hitler wanted the oil on the other side of Stalingrad. Both Germany and Soviet Union, the European Union, lost about 1 million soldiers. It was a very bloody battle. Germany was pushed back, lost an entire army, never really recovered. They lost. A lot of bad things. The Battle at Coral Sea. It happened late 1942. The Japanese had already taken Solomon Island and started heading from Papua New Guinea. That's right there. After 2 days of search of the sea, battle commenced. Japan won, but was stopped from invading for the first time. The Battle of Midway. Midway is right here in the Pacific Theater. And that happened June 1942. It was the last U.S. base before Japan got to Pearl Harbor. U.S. deployed it, found out that Japanese was planning an attack. Japanese sent 30 ships and 400 planes to Midway. The U.S. had elements of supplies. Japanese invasion failed. First naval fleet featuring Japanese in 300 years. We move on to our ninth event or whatever. The Battle of Guadalcanal. That happened in the Pacific Theater somewhere. It happened August 1942. Japan had an airfield of Guadalcanal Island. Marines sent to take it. And the result of it is 6 months of jungle warfare was wasted. Okay, we move on to our 10th event of World War II. Invasion of Normandy. It happened June 6, 1944. Germany had taken over France in 1940. Allied troops invaded France to kick Germany out. By September 1944, Germany was kicked out of France. That was the result of the war. Germany got kicked out of France. Move on to our 11th event of the war, the Battle of Bulge. It happened December 1944. 3 months after Germany was kicked out of France, they tried to take over again. This was a Germany counter-offensive to retake France, but Germany failed. They failed to get France. And we move on to our last event of World War II. II. And it was the Battle of Iwo Jima, February 1945.
Time is long. It takes me no longer than 5 minutes.
February 1944. U.S. planned to invade Japan home island of two Jimas. U.S. needed it as an airfield, and the result of it, the U.S. takes islands and set up airfields. The war ended with them dropping bombs on Hiroshima in 1945. The end.